640 homes gone in 24 hours across northwest Spokane, and this fire outbreak is just beginning. 99 large wildfires are burning right now from Washington to Utah as we speak this Sunday morning. 27,000 firefighters are on the front lines, and Death Valley may hit 125 degrees today. This is a big-time, impactful multi-state fire siege, and the cold front changes everything over the next 48 hours. So let's get right into it and break down exactly what you need to know before Monday hits. We've got the Pacific Northwest, the Great Basin, the Northern Plains, and a heat dome all colliding today. All right, y'all, buckle up, because this action-packed forecast has a lot of moving pieces you need to see. Let's start out in the Pacific Northwest, where Spokane, Washington is dealing with the worst wildfire in state history. The Old Trails fire alone destroyed 640 structures Saturday night into Sunday morning within Spokane city limits. 409 families are sheltering right now at the Spokane Convention Center after fleeing their neighborhoods overnight. This fire, the Fairview and the Autumn Lane, are now grouped together as the Spokane Complex Fire. Combined acreage stands at roughly 7,500 acres, with containment still officially at 0% this morning. Yesterday's winds peaked at 44 miles per hour, driving flames straight through West Plains neighborhoods before jumping the river. Level 3 go now. Evacuations remain in place across huge sections of northwest Spokane and Riverside State Park entirely. Governor Bob Ferguson activated the Washington National Guard overnight to assist local first responders through today and tomorrow. The California Incident Management Team 7 took over yesterday and called this the #1 priority fire in America. Now here's the interesting thing, this is worse than the 2023 Oregon Road and Gray fires combined. Those fires destroyed 710 structures in a full month, and Spokane lost 640 in one day. Moving south, Idaho's Big Rock Fire near Heisey exploded to 2,500 acres overnight and jumped containment lines completely. An emergency IPAWS alert went out just after midnight, ordering residents along South Snake River Road to evacuate immediately. More than 30 homes are under direct threat, and the Kelly Canyon Resort now sits in the fire's northeastern path. A shelter is open at South Fork Elementary School at 7163 South 2000 West in Rexburg. 2 structures are already gone, a barn and a communications tower substation, with more expected to fall today. Down in central Utah, the Widemouth 2 fire has become something meteorologists are struggling to even map accurately anymore. Officially, it sat at 10,000 acres Friday, but NIFC's latest perimeter now shows 36,400 acres. Fire behavior is being described as catastrophic, and command flatly stated no amount of resources can stop it now. Evacuations run east of Interstate 15 from Fillmore down to Kanosh, and officials are pleading with people to leave. Northeast of that, in Box Elder County, the Johnson Canyon fire near Tremonton grew to 4,000 acres overnight. Dozer lines built through the night were blown right past by 50-mile-per-hour gusts along the divide. Over in eastern Nevada near Ely, the Ward fire is holding at 3,700 acres but still 0 contained. Steep, rocky terrain is keeping crews from getting direct handline established despite 180 personnel on scene. Now for some good news, Oregon's Rogue Creek complex is finally at 55% containment this morning. That fire covers 313,000 acres south of Fossil, Oregon, but crews finally have the upper hand. A unified command transition happened this morning with Southwest Complex Team 2 and Oregon State Fire Marshal Blue Team. All right, shifting east to the heat side of this story, the desert Southwest is absolutely cooking today. Las Vegas hit 115 degrees Saturday, the hottest reading so far in 2026 for Sin City. Phoenix is expected to top 116 degrees today, with El Centro, California, setting a record 118. Death Valley, North America's hottest place, may push toward 125 degrees this afternoon and evening. And here's the quirky detail, y'all. Morning lows in Vegas and Phoenix are only dropping into the low 90s. That means no overnight relief, which is the most dangerous part of any extreme heat event we track carefully. The extreme heat warning covers northwest Arizona, southeast California, and southern Nevada with major to extreme heat risk ratings. Interstate 15 from Barstow through Las Vegas is basically a road surface oven with pavement temperatures cracking 140. Highs above 100 are also expected in Boise, Denver, Salt Lake City, and inland Los Angeles basin communities. The heat stretches all the way into Montana and Wyoming, where several cities set new July records last week alone. Okay, Northern Plains, folks, Rapid City, South Dakota is dealing with critical fire weather Monday afternoon into evening. A red flag warning covers western South Dakota, northeast Wyoming, and southeast Montana through 8 p.m. Monday evening tonight. Sheridan, Wyoming, and Ekalaka, Montana are also under that warning as the cold front pushes through overnight tonight completely. Over in the east, folks along the Interstate 95 corridor from D.C. to Boston are catching a huge break. Temperatures are running near to slightly below normal with widespread showers and thunderstorms across the southeast today and tomorrow. Florida from Miami to Jacksonville is seeing the typical afternoon pop-up storms with heavy rain and gusty outflow winds. Atlanta, Georgia is in the 70s with cloud cover, and the Carolinas are catching scattered rain through the afternoon. The Ohio Valley, Great Lakes, and Northeast are all sitting quiet for the moment. Enjoy it while it lasts. Chicago, Detroit, Cleveland, and Pittsburgh are all sitting in the upper 70s to low 80s this afternoon and evening. New York City, Philadelphia, and Boston are similar, with partly cloudy skies and comfortable humidity levels for early August weather. So while the West burns and bakes, the East is genuinely pleasant, but that's about to change fast, unfortunately. Here's where it gets interesting. The cold front driving Saturday's fire disaster is now barreling east and south. That front is going to hit the northern plains Monday morning with gusty winds and low relative humidity behind it. Rapid City, South Dakota is looking at winds gusting 35 to 45 miles per hour with RH near 15%. My goodness, that's the exact same setup that lit up Spokane on Saturday. High winds, low moisture, dry fuels. Any new ignition source in western South Dakota or eastern Wyoming Monday could explode into another major fire event fast. Rapid City is expecting highs near 95 degrees Monday afternoon before the front pushes through late in the day. Behind the front, we get cooler air, but only after the fire weather window closes Monday evening across the region. Chicago will stay in the low 80s Monday and Tuesday with no major systems on the immediate horizon anywhere nearby. Minneapolis heads toward the mid-80s as that cold front pushes through by Tuesday morning across the upper Midwest region. Down in Dallas and Houston, temperatures stay steady in the upper 90s with high humidity and afternoon storm chances possible. Denver sits in the low 90s Monday, then cools to the mid-80s Tuesday as the front arrives from the north. Seattle, Portland, and Vancouver are cool and cloudy, a big change from Saturday's extreme critical fire weather situation there. The National Weather Service issued a rare fire warning for Spokane County when active fire burns in inhabited areas directly. Meanwhile, the southwest heat dome, a ridge of high pressure trapping heat near the ground, isn't going anywhere. Ridge of high pressure means air is sinking, compressing, and heating up, which is exactly what's cooking the desert southwest. Las Vegas stays at 115 degrees Monday, 114 Tuesday, and 112 by Wednesday afternoon. Phoenix is locked in at 116 degrees through midweek with no meaningful overnight cooling forecast at all anywhere. And that heat is exactly what's going to feed our next big storyline as we look toward the second half. Because as the cold front weakens and pulls east, monsoon moisture is starting to push north into the southwest. So what happens when extreme surface heat meets incoming tropical moisture? That's the exact setup for our major event. All right, here's the big one. The Storm Prediction Center is watching a monsoon burst move into Arizona by Wednesday. The Day 5 outlook puts about 40% of Arizona and southern New Mexico under a slight flash flood risk. I want to be honest with you guys, the models have been all over the place on this one. Yesterday's Euro run had the monsoon surge staying south in Mexico, but today's run brings it hundreds of miles north. The GFS is showing something entirely different, a broader area of scattered storms across the Four Corners region entirely. I'll focus on this morning's Euro run since it's the most aggressive with the setup we're going to see today. The Euro brings a plume of deep tropical moisture, precipitable water values near 2 inches right over Arizona. Precipitable water is the total amount of moisture in the atmospheric column, and 2 inches is genuinely tropical air. When that moisture hits the mountains east of Phoenix, it gets forced upward, condenses, and dumps as heavy rainfall. This is called orographic lift air being pushed up over terrain, and it turbocharges rainfall totals dramatically fast. Combine that with surface heating over 115 degrees, and you get explosive thunderstorm development each afternoon possible. Here's where the burn scars come in. Widemouth 2, Ward, Big Rock all sitting in the moisture path. Burn scars are basically hydrophobic ground where fire has cooked the soil into an almost waterproof crust essentially forever. When heavy rain hits a fresh burn scar, water runs off instantly instead of soaking in, causing dangerous debris flows. We saw this after the 2023 New Mexico fires, walls of mud, rocks, and burnt trees rushing downhill. So we're watching the possibility that fire-devastated communities in Utah and Nevada could face flash flood emergencies within days. If the Day 7 outlook holds as a Day 5, Day 4, Day 3, we'll have daily updates right here on the channel. Here are 3 scenarios from best to worst case for the Wednesday through Friday window. We're now tracking closely. Best case, the monsoon surge stays south, dropping heavy rain only in southeast Arizona and New Mexico's Boot Heel region. In that scenario, Phoenix stays hot and dry and burn scars, and Utah and Nevada get no additional stress whatsoever. Middle case Euro's aggressive scenario verifies with 2 to 3 inches of rain over central Arizona in 3 days. Scattered flash flood warnings across the Mogollon Rim and northern Arizona with debris flows out of old burn scar areas. Worst case, the moisture surge phases with a weakening cold front and pushes storms into Nevada and Utah too. Phasing is when two separate storm systems merge into one, turning a manageable event into a thumper of a storm. In the worst case, we're talking about 3 to 5 inches over the Widemouth 2 burn scar and Fillmore area. That would be a genuine crippling flood event on top of communities already dealing with active fire evacuations right now. Confidence in the worst case is low, probably 10 to 15%, but the setup is truly concerning here. Once again, the deciding factor is going to be the exact track and strength of the cold front pushing east. If the front is stronger and pushes further south, it pulls monsoon moisture into fire country and we've got problems. If the front is weaker and lifts north, moisture stays confined to Arizona and Mexico with no compound disaster event. We'll be watching the 12 Zulu Euro run Monday morning very closely for signs of which scenario is winning out. Meanwhile, the fire weather concern shifts east Nebraska, Kansas, and Oklahoma could see elevated conditions by Thursday afternoon eventually. Northern Plains, Rapid City, Bismarck, and Fargo need to stay on high alert through midweek across the region. And the heat isn't going anywhere, for the Southwest Vegas stays above 110 degrees through next weekend. Salt Lake City stays above 100 degrees Monday through Thursday, adding stress to Utah's already strained firefighting resources statewide. The national preparedness level has been at 5 out of 5 since July 18th, the highest tier possible nationally. 99 large fires nationally, 5.2 million acres burned in 2026 alone, already above 10-year average pace. Let's take a look at this frame by frame. Every ingredient for disaster is still on the table today. Dry fuels, extreme heat, unstable atmosphere, gusty winds, and now potential heavy rain over fresh burn scars all week long. 640 homes, 99 fires, 125 degrees. This fire season is just getting warmed up. We're going to have daily updates on the Spokane complex, Widemouth 2, and the monsoon situation all week long. If you're in western South Dakota, eastern Wyoming, or southeast Montana, please stay weather aware through Monday evening tonight. If you're in central Utah or eastern Nevada near active fires, keep your go bags packed and phones fully charged always. And if you're in the desert Southwest, please check on elderly neighbors and pets during this extreme heat wave event. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn notifications on so you don't miss the next update. This story is developing fast, and we'll be tracking every twist and turn as the situation continues to unfold ahead. All right, y'all, I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe out there and take care of each other.